Hi there, I'm Valeri from Built to Soar. Is there something on your to-do list that's been gathering dust for a while? You've been successful at avoiding it, but it just keeps knocking on your brain every so often, reminding you it needs your attention. But for some reason, you can't bring yourself to do it, right? Well, it sounds like procrastination has paid you a visit. And you are in good company. Everyone procrastinates. The difference lies in why you procrastinate and what you can do about it. There are 3 types of procrastinators that I have met in my journey through productivity. So see if you recognize yourself in any of these 3. The first one is the thrill seeker. So deadlines give these procrastinators a huge adrenaline rush, and they like it that way. They need to push at the last minute to get something done because their momentum builds at the thought that time is running out. The second type is the avoider, and this procrastinator has a fear of the outcome. Now that could be a fear of success, fear of failure, of rejection, of being exposed as a fraud. But this fear is overpowering. They're overly concerned with being judged by others and feeling paralyzed by the task at hand. And the third is the lazy bones, and the task is so boring and mundane that this procrastinator just can't muster up the energy to do it. They require something to be interesting and exciting in order for them to spend any of their attention on it. So what's the solution to your procrastination dilemma? Now, there's no quick fix, nor is there a one-size-fits-all solution. It really does depend on your procrastination type. So here's some ideas that will help push you past procrastination and shift you into action. If you are a thrill seeker, the key to overcoming your procrastination is to set false deadlines. So use doing dashes, and those are timed intervals of getting your work done. So using those timed intervals, I like to set it at 25 minutes with a 5-minute break. Doing it this way, you will be off to the races in no time. If you are an avoider, the only way you're going to get something accomplished is to remove or at least shrink the fear that stands in your way. So ask yourself these 3 questions. What's the worst thing that could happen if I did this task? And how likely is that worst thing to happen? And finally, what's the best thing could happen if I did that task? Your answers to these questions are going to alleviate your apprehension as you move forward with the task. And finally, if you're a lazy bones, gamify the experience. Reward yourself for getting it done with something that you desire. It could be that cupcake you've drooled over at the coffee shop, or a new outfit, or a trip to the spa. Once you make the experience fun, your procrastination will fade. Wouldn't it be amazing to get those tasks off your to-do list once and for all? Well, your next step is to identify with one of these 3 types of procrastinators and try out the solution associated with it. In no time at all, you'll see how simple it can be to get your work accomplished. That is your next step for designing your business so it's built to soar. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.